Hey guys, I'm here with another interview. I actually have the chance to talk to Jankos and hello. So you want to talk about this week? I mean, yesterday you kind of had, I would say, like an unlucky game. Like the game was pretty sloppy, but today you just showed up and kind of stomped elements in a pretty convincing fashion. What happened this week from going to like a sloppy team to such a dominant team?
Well, I think just overall the issue in the yesterday's games against you all was that, well, we kind of I know, and just our brain just turned off at some point. Like everything was under control, and then at some point we fought top lane, which we shouldn't, and then the game was kind of like we were still winning, but it was harder. And then fight mid, we lost again, and then we went Nash, which was good, and then bot lane fight just lost us the game completely. So I think we didn't play Terracomp very good, and I think at some point. I don't want to say that we disrespected them because I think we did like our research and we, thought that they're really good players. But I don't know what happened. Like at some point we just turned off and then it was FF20. So that's our bad.
FF20, okay. So progressing over the whole split, you guys have been playing like more of a skirmisher team fight comp than rather than like team fight or split push. Why the change in style? Do you think it's like the most effective way of playing the game currently, or is it just a meta change in the middle of the season?
Well, I think it's just mostly because we just practice something and then obviously the meta shifts a bit. So then we try to find a playstyle that fits our team like perfectly. So then we basically found this and then we agreed it's pretty good and we try to play what we play in scrims, right? So for example, if we play on versus elements, we play like super engaged comp with double TP from behind and we practice it and we knew we were going to be good at it. We played it and we played it good. For example, yesterday's game against UL, well, we practiced the comp, but at some we were winning hard as well with the comp. We played it good, but at some point we struggled. Like we didn't play our comp properly, so then we lost. So I just think we need more practice, I guess, on comps like this. But I think hard engage is pretty good for us indeed.
Okay, talking about having more practice, you guys just secure top 2 and go to Rotterdam. How important is it to have that extra week of practice and not actually being able to play like 1 week?
Well, this is tricky because I think that more non-player needs experience, I believe, right now because there was the split and every player from the top teams is like experienced already, maybe except for some G2 members that are like rookies. But I think, it's better because obviously you have way bigger research and you can practice way more, and then you don't know which team you face probably. Like I think if we go second, I think we'll face Vitality in playoffs, but we can't be ever sure which team to face, but at some point we'll know so much more about them than they do about us. Starting this week, they won't see us for 2 or 3 weeks straight, and then we will see them in 2 weeks and we'll know what they play and what they think of the game. So I think it's pretty huge. The question is if we can use it.
Okay, just reflecting back on the entire split, you guys had 9 weeks to play. What do you think was where H2K maybe struggled? I mean, of course, when Rio had to go back to Korea was a really big turning point for you guys. But at what specific point in the game do you guys improve the most over the 9 weeks as a team?
Well, this is okay. So I believe that when Rio went back to Korea, we didn't have the brain of the team or the biggest voice, our father that would tell us what to do sometimes, But I believe that since he went to Korea, those 4 weeks or whatever the time was I think we just improved a lot as a team, our communication. So right now when he came back, he is not anymore as core part of our communication as he was. So obviously people still listen to him, but it's more we don't need him that much like we needed him before. So I think it let us improve a lot. So it should help us on playoffs a lot, and he can focus more on himself than on the team. So I think it's working for everyone. So yeah, I'm really happy that we improved this communication part. And then we kind of know as well how to play the game with our players, which is pretty important too. But I guess for it, I don't see a lot of improvements, I guess. I mean, what I just said is huge, but except for it, mechanical or anything, it's just fine. We are good players, I feel.
Okay. We talked about playoffs, about your entire week. So if you have to let's say talk about MVP votes, who's the MVP of the split and who's the rookie of the split in your eyes? I mean, your jungle team, your jungle opponent maybe Trick is a contender for that.
Contender for
rookie of the split.
For rookie of the split, I think it's Perks. I mean, okay, so Trick is really really good. He's probably the best or the second best at least. But I believe that it's Perks who is the rookie of the year because he showed up and against good players, he's performing, and against worse players, he's stomping. So I really like his play, and I think he should be the Rookie of the Year. As for MVP, I think it's really hard. If we don't consider perks, well, I wouldn't take anyone from Fnatic compared to last year, for example. I would try to focus on like Vitality, G2, H2K maybe. Maybe Forgiven. Hard to say. Maybe Nuke Deck. I think he improved a lot since last year. So there's a lot of contenders. We'll see,
All right, we will see. Thank you so much for the interview. Always good insight and best of luck in playoffs. You guys have a short vacation, yeah, for like the playoffs. And if you want to check out more interviews or just like my face, then check thescore esports.com.